Hi, welcome to your 30-minute practice. Today's class is a tutorial on Warrior One, meaning we'll be focusing on all of the different component parts that make up the pose Warrior One. It looks a little bit like this. Okay, so join me standing at the front of your mat. We're getting right into things today, starting with Sun Salutation B. At the top of your mat, have your feet hip distance apart. Bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees deeply, sit your thighs down, belly down onto your thighs. Try to have your seat about in line with the knees. Extend the arms out in front of you for counterbalance. This is supposed to be some pretty intense work today. Stay with this right off the bat. Feel the strength and the heat in your legs. One more breath like this. And then exhale, hands down, butt higher, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Extend from your hips out to the crown of the head. Hands can certainly come taller to make that doable. Step back to plank pose. Looks like the top of our push-up. Lower flat down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips all the way up and back. Look at your hands and step the right foot forward into low lunge. Take your time to get the full stride here. Feet about hip distance apart. And then hands up to your front thigh, lift your torso. This is a really strong stretch from the back hip, hip flexor, front of the thigh, down to the ankle and foot. Lift the arms up. And we'll add a twist. Take the left hand forward, the right hand back. Look over your right side. Arms back up. Lower the hands down and step the foot back for plank position. Lower to the mat. Peel the chest up for cobra. And go back to downward facing dog. Step by step, second side. Step the left foot forward. Again, make your full long stride here, best we can. Come upright. Again, that good full stretch down the back leg. Make it straight, make it strong. And take the arms up to the sky. For Warrior One, the purpose physically in this practice is to create stability in the hips, length in the upper body. Add your twist here. It takes opening in the shoulders, some movement in the torso. So we'll get all of that in as we start to piece it together here today. Lower the hands again, step back to plank. Lower down again. Peel the chest up for cobra. Go back to downward facing dog. Look forward to the hands. Step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Forward fold. Again, that low chair pose. Drop the chest onto the thighs. Drop the seat to about the line of your knees. Reach the arms out in front of you. This one's supposed to be hard. Stand all the way up. And bring palms together, center of the chest. Take a breath in. Empty the breath out. Okay, one more time. This time, starting in chair pose with the arms overhead. Try to keep your torso as straight up and down as possible and bend the knees. So this is a reflection of the front half of that warrior one pose where we're trying to be fully upright in the torso, but how much flexion, how much bend and sit can I get into thighs, knees, and ankles? Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. I love when the poses themselves form the actual warm-up for the full practice. So we just keep seeing the same shapes. Lift for cobra here, nice long spine as always, and then downward facing dog. Again, step the right foot forward and come upright. Arms to the air. Okay, this time hold on to your left wrist and reach a little bit towards the right. And then come back to the center, lower the hands down, plank, down, lift for cobra, go to downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, back heel stays lifted. I almost got ahead of myself. Come upright, arms to the sky. Hold on to your right wrist and lean to the left. Come back to the middle. One more time, we'll take this flow. So hands down, step to plank, lower, peel the chest up, and go back to downward facing dog. Look forward to your hands, step, jump, walk to the front, half lift, forward fold. Okay, and that high vertical chair pose, Utkatasana, arms as much up to the sky as possible. Stay tailbone down, belly strong, and stand up. Bring palms together, center of the chest. Take a breath. Exhale, release it out. Release your arms down, give your whole body a little bit of a shake. So we're going to continue to progress with the lunges. Most of the work is forward and back here in the legs today. Keep your right foot forward and step your left foot back. Okay, for the left foot, I want to spin the back heel down to the ground. Notice the back foot we want to turn in so that those back toes go almost towards the front corner of your yoga mat. It's a pretty strong rotation. And then you can lean way forward here. At first, push all of the weight that you can into the forward leg. With your weight more forward, look down, look back. Find the angle, that strong turn in of the foot. Push through the pinky toe side of your foot and push through the big toe side of your foot. Keep the calf and ankle strong. Lift up on your kneecap, tone your back quad. So think of the muscles sucking themselves further onto the bone. Squeeze your left glute here, yeah? Keep transferring some of your weight, your power into the back leg. And then gaze go back forward and bring your torso upright, upright, upright. Notice what happens as we bring our torso upright. We're asking for actually a back bend here in the torso. To help to keep getting the torso upright, can you bend the front knee a little bit more? And then shoulders up and back. Keep the hands down. This one's all about the legs right now. Imagine your inner thighs squeezing in towards each other, even as your feet push down and away from one another. Lean forward again so that we can carefully take the weight off of the back leg and step all the way forward. Okay? And then we'll do that on the second side. So this time it's going to be the left foot that stays forward. Just adjust myself a little bit here. Your second side and take the other foot back. So if you're looking down, I want to make one line from my front big toe, draw it all the way back to your heel. Turn again the toes forward enough that it goes up towards that front corner of the mat. The hips are a little bit open, but also a little bit closed, right? We'll think about that more in a little bit. Lean forward. So again, I'm going to take all of the weight in the forward leg at first. And that gives me some room to adjust more into the back leg. So lift and spread those toes. Find as much footing on the outer half of the foot as you do the inner half. My calf starts to get on fire there. Yeah, you feel it too? Lift up on your kneecap, tone your quad, squeeze the glute there. And then power back. As we power back into the back leg, we bring our torso upright. And then I'm almost straight in this front leg. I'm like, can I balance out instead of keeping all of the weight in the back? Bend the front knee a bit. As you bend the front knee though, can the shoulders still stay up and back? Don't worry about the arms, they're just staying down. Steady, 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 breath. Navel back into the spine. Think chest high, but ribs connected to the core. And then lean forward so that you can take the weight safely off the back leg and step in. Good. It's, not these big flowy movements, but it can really do a lot for our practice to settle in pose by pose, body part by body part. Let's do something a little different now. We'll change our focus into the upper body. Take a wide stance on your yoga mat, toes straight ahead, heels straight back. In Warrior One, there is some rotation in the chest. So let's give ourselves that opportunity to see just the rotation here. Hands down. You can be on fingertips, or you could even bend the knees to make that easier to touch down here. And think long line from the hips out to the crown of the head. Take a hand out to the side. And then don't lift the arm, but twist your chest so that the arm lifts. Yeah? Hips stay mostly square. I've got this big turn and rotation in the torso that makes the top arm lift up. And then lower the hand and do it on the second side. Okay, both hands down. Bring your hands to your thighs. Come all the way back up and heel toe the feet in. One more time, wide stance. I'm going to be trying to mirror you here. So left foot, look down at your left foot. Dig the heel in, pick up your toes. And then turn your leg in about 30 degrees. This is your Warrior One leg. It's the same as triangle pose back leg. Front leg of triangle pose, dig your heel in, pick up the toes, turn the leg out, set it down. Pretty similar to Warrior One, except two straight legs here. Arms out. Hinge, 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 reach, 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 all that length. One arm down, top arm up. The bottom hand can always be on your leg so that you can keep your torso totally open. This is a pretty quick lick today. Come on up. Now, right heel, dig it in, pick up the toes, and turn. And then keep turning so that your feet are a little pigeon-toed right here. And that back leg stays there, but now pick up your left foot and turn it all the way out. Extend the arms. Triangle pose, second side. Just 3 or 4 breaths. Okay, come back up. Heel toe the feet all the way together. I want you to stand now with your feet as wide as your sticky mat. I'm going to face you, but you can use that width of your sticky mat. Feet parallel to start, and then change. Turn your feet out a little bit. With the feet turned out, can you touch your elbows down to your knees and bring your butt about as low as the knees? Head out in front of you. Now, if your butt goes 2 inches further down, lift your head 2 inches further up. Keep doing that until you find your squat with your feet staying flat on the ground, which means your butt doesn't have to go all the way down, your head doesn't have to go all the way up. Wherever you stop with your feet flat on the ground. This is a lot of work in our ankles. And then you're going to change halfway and all the way up. Same thing, but with our feet parallel to one another. Again, lean forward and take the elbows to try to get down to the knees. Prayer hands. And then to sit the butt down to about the height of the knees as well. Let's see. This one's harder for me with parallel feet. Probably it is for you as well. I'm going to do the same thing. If I can take my butt lower, I need to take my head higher. It might go down a little bit, and the head can come up a little bit. And what I'm noticing here, the work that it's taking in the ankle. Strengthen the calves. Hug that muscle in. Do the best you can. Come halfway up and all the way up. Okay? And then there's one more to this. Your feet from parallel, instead of turning the toes out, turn the toes in. So we are pigeon-toed here. And this is that back leg that we use in Warrior One. It's a little turned in. Bend the knees. Be good to yourself here. If this is too much, go back to the first or second pose that we've already done and recreate. If it works for you, for a moment, turn the feet in, let the knees come in, elbows down. And this one we're going to be way more conservative about as you start to sit lower. It maybe is just a ½ inch of a change. And then come all the way up. And that, what we're doing is recognizing the stress and the change that we are asking in our bodies, in the leg, in the hip, the knee, the ankle, all the way down to our feet in Warrior One. And so if that pose is difficult, I think it is, give yourself the acknowledgement that we are asking for hard things. And with that in mind, sometimes I can transfer that sense of something being hard into compassion for self and out into more power for continuing the work, continuing to try. Okay, enough of the pep talk, right? Let's do both the upper body and the lower body together. I'll stop trying to mirror, so I'm going to keep my right foot forward, you should too, and step your left foot back. Now, look down. We've got the half that we've already set up. As you spin the back heel down and line up heel to heel, turn the toes in. You're reminded of all the work that it takes to get that back leg fully straight, a little bit turned in. Push the power into the back leg. Be compassionate enough to yourself to lift in the torso. And then re-bend the front knee. Now, remember that we're doing a twist here, right? Our hips are somewhat open as we've set up the picture in the legs. So we need to do a little more work to tone and turn through the belly, through the ribs, and through the chest. Tone and turn. Once all of that is happening together, arms up to the sky, turn the palms parallel in towards one another. Keep bending the front knee, go to softness, go to power in the back leg, and just balance it out right in between. Stay here, breathe here. Warrior one. Virabhadrasana Eka. And then lower the hands down, all the way to the ground. Lift up on the back heel. I always need a little bit of pause in between. Lower the back knee down to the ground. Push the back knee down and a little bit forward. And then take the arms back up to the sky. So you're doing that same work in the upper body again. Lower the hands to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe the right foot all the way out to the side. Turn it out about 30 degrees, that Malasana, that yogi squat leg that we worked on just a moment before, the first iteration. And go lower down to the hands, maybe a little bend into the forearms. And can you do that and lift the back knee up? All this is like good counter stretch. Balance and stability right into the center. Okay. And I say counter stretch because the heel is up and we're asking our muscles to work in a little different way. Come all the way back up to standing, just like me. It doesn't have to be something fancy, just come on up. And let's try it on the second side. Leave the left foot forward. Step the right foot back. Let yourself kind of get out of a flow, stay in a sort of intellectual work with the poses in the body right here. It doesn't have to be just, one step to get us there. It's not just one breath, we're playing with it today. Okay, so again, we're gonna lean forward, look down, look at the back leg. Line up the back heel to the front heel, turn the back toes in. Give yourself some time, energy, space to get that back foot flat. Feel the pinky toe edge of your foot on the ground. Feel the strength guiding up your leg. Lift the kneecap, tone the quad, squeeze the glute. And then as you pull your torso upright, we're asking for a bigger back bend here. What can help the back bend? For me, it's a little more tension to the bend of the front knee. That takes the torso forward for a moment, and so you're just kind of like playing in between, yeah? And then we've got the twist. We worked the twist from that wide-legged forward fold, and we get to see it here now, and it can be sort of this motion. I think belly come around, ribs come around, chest come around, until the shoulders are stacked forward. Lift the arms to the sky. Strengthen and push through the back leg. Be subtle enough to bend in the front knee. And lower the hands down. Take your time to lift the back heel. Lower the knee. Sweep the arms. Just 2 breaths here. This is called Anjaneyasana. Lower the hands down and to the inside of the foot. And again, we're going to heel toe the left foot out to the side and then turn it out about 30 degrees. Knee, toe still right over each other. Come down a little lower to the hands, bend the elbows. Go all the way down to the forearms if that works for you. If it's too much, it is for me on this side. I'm going to stay up on the hands and try to lift the back knee. Okay. And that hip was rotated slightly open before. Now I've got it all the way square to the front. Feeling good here in the full extension. Trying to get that counterbalance. Okay, let's come around to all fours and do a little cat and cow. There's so many ways to look at each individual pose. That's one way to break down Warrior One a little bit. Hope that you enjoyed. We're gonna lie down onto our back, do a few more counterbalance poses, and get into Shavasana. So lie on down, Pull your knees into your chest. Give it a good little squeeze here. Hug just the right knee in. Extend the left leg. And then take the right knee over so you get a twist in. Extend the arm out. Come back to your center. Hug the left knee in. And then add the twist. And back in. Happy baby. We'll take the arms to the inside, hold the outside of our feet. Again, it's like that Malasana yogi squat pose one more time with the feet slightly turned out, knees slightly turned out. Always feels nice to me after the stability and turning in work that we did. Okay. So to end today, I'd love to take us into legs up the wall. You could do that with the legs literally against a wall. Or if you have a chair, you could throw your legs onto the seat of a chair. Either one. Scoot your side of the body, assuming you're using a wall. Scoot the side of your body to the wall so that you have a hip against the wall. And then you're gonna lie down towards the center, away from the wall, like a fetal position. Once you're in that fetal position, it should allow you to roll onto your back and send your legs up. If you were doing this on a chair, the legs here would be in about a 90-degree angle thrown over the seat of the chair. Okay? You can do this on like the side of a bed, anything that feels nice to you. 30 minutes of leg work, solid through the lunges here. I wanted to give us the opportunity to soften with the legs up. Let your eyes close. Be as still as you can allow yourself. Continue to notice your breath. I will leave you here today. Should you have the time, give yourself 5 more full minutes in this pose. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your practice. And gratitude to you, each other, this practice. Namaste.